morning. Happy Friday. Yes, it is the weekend, baby. And I do not have to work. So I'm up early. Well, I guess I can say early because I don't have to work. It's like 9:36 or something like that. But I am up, dressed, and ready to start my day. Today, I want to get me some books, y'all. I do not need any books. I know. But I am a book girly, and when I need to do some me time, some self time, or anything like that, y'all know what I do. I go and I get books, either in the bookstore or online. I have been getting books online from a book outlet. I've been getting some really nice books off there, and I have been enjoying having what I call book mail coming to the house. So anyway, guys, so today let's just go thrifting. How about that? We will go thrifting, looking for some books, looking for anything that I can buy to go into my home, either bookish or not. Then I gotta go do a little bit of grocery shopping, which I don't know if I'm gonna take you guys with me along for that or not, but I do want to go to a thrift store or a number of thrift stores today, which will probably be like Goodwill, because those are the main ones that I go to. If I do go to a bookstore, it will be like an independent thrifted bookstore. I think there's a bookstore in Tallahassee called The Favorite or something like that. So if we go anywhere else besides Goodwill, which there are 2 Goodwills that I want to go to down there, just to see what they got, and we will go to that store. Other than that, I don't want to go to an actual bookstore like Barnes and Noble or BAM, or none of the independent bookstores like Midtown Readers and those type of stores. I don't know. I'm in the mood for books, but I'm not in the mood for that type of atmosphere. So when we go looking for books today, we're not looking for anything specific. I just want to go see what they have, see what I don't have, and I just want to buy some cheap books today. I have a lot of books on my Kindle that I need to read, but I just want some physical books in my hand because y'all know I am physical book girly. And guys, whether if you know it or not, I don't know if y'all go to these bookstore or thrift stores and stuff like that, library sales, however, little free libraries, they have some gems in these thrifted and free book places that you can get books from. Like, I have found books in some of those places that I have always wanted, did not want to buy it from the bookstore because it was just too expensive for my taste. And I don't know, guys, I can't say I am more of a paperback book girly or a hardback book girly because I like them both. But I can say that I will buy a paperback book before I will buy a hardback book, or I will try to wait for it to come out in paperback, because hardback books are like very expensive. Some of those hardback books are like $30 something, and I'm like, I just don't want to pay that much for a book. But when you go to the thrift stores, you can find those books for like $3 or less. So I have been seeing a lot of my book people off of Facebook, Instagram, like they have been going to their local thrift stores and they have been finding gems, y'all. I mean, finding some very, very good books. I'm being nosy, y'all. My neighbor just left. But guys, they have been finding some very, very good books, and that's just what I want to do today. Don't want to spend that much money, but I also want to find some very good books. It is that time of the year. It's November, almost November, and I would love to have more Christmas books than I have now. I looked on my bookshelf today and kind of like rearranged it to some of the, like a shelf a bookshelf of the books that I have already read and would like to read again, and will like give to somebody to borrow, like if they wanted to read a book but they have to give it back. And I don't see, or I didn't see many Christmas books. I don't know if last year if I even bought that many Christmas books, or if I have already given them away at a little free library. But that is one of the main things that I am actually looking for when I go thrifting today. I don't know if like people put different books in little free libraries or thrift stores at different times of the year. I don't know. If y'all have any comment on that, just drop it down below. Let me know. What do y'all think? Do people put or give away books according to the seasons, or they're just unhauling books and just giving them away regardless of what genre that they are? So, hi to those who are new. I am Yolanda. I am Yolanda's Books. And over here we talk about all things bookish, and we like to do bookish things together. We like to read. We like to go to bookstores. We like to give books away. We just like to do anything that revolves around reading books, having fun with books, talking about books, going to buy books, just all the things. If any of this interests you guys, there is a subscription button down below. If you subscribe to my channel, you will be a part of everything that Yolanda's Books do, and you will not miss out on anything. So with that being said, guys, I am about to go. I blew my hair out, and I just decided to actually have it out today. I have on my little cute outfit. I'm doing my oversized thing today. I just don't really want anything that is tight close to my body. So I do want to hit Target, but when I hit Target, y'all, I always come out with way more than I bargained for. I say I'll go into Target to buy one thing, and when I come out of Target, my bill is $200–300. I don't know if I want to do that today. But y'all know I am such a big Target girly, so I might just stay away from Target today. I'm not sure. But anyway, guys, let's go to a thrift store, which I think it will be, like I said, 2 Goodwills in Tallahassee. And let's just see what they got. Join me and let's just have a little bit of fun this morning. So come on, let's go to these thrift stores. My lip and my voice and everything was talking faster than I should. But anyway, let's go. Alright guys, so nothing much in the book section that I actually wanted. I did find this book. I think it's pretty interesting. It's historical fiction, but the selection of the books here is really not good at all. So we're just going to look around a little bit more, then we're going to go to the second Goodwill store. Alright, y'all, so that was not a success. I did pick up a few things in there though, but it was not a whole lot to choose from at this Goodwill. So I'm gonna just share with you guys some of the things that I did got. I got 3 items from there. 2 of them were DVDs. So I love this movie, so I decided to pick it up on DVD. It's called Seabiscuit, and it's coming around to that time. So we also picked up the Polar Express, just so that I can have it in my playing in my book room, just for the theme of Christmas. So it's coming around to that time for that. We also picked up 1 book, and it is The Historian by this author here. This was actually the only book that I seen that really kind of like captured my attention that was in the store. I seen some that actually captured my attention, but it was books that I already had. But as y'all can see, when I did a little run over of the area, the books were pretty thin. So I don't know if people have not donated books yet, or if they just have sold out of the books. But anyway, I am into historical fiction, so I did love to pick up this book. It says it is 1943 and Swedish neutrality has come under enormous pressure from Germany. Laura, the bright young right-hand assistant to Swedish chief diplomatic negotiator, has consciously avoided being involved in the political inquiries until her best friend Britt is murdered in cold blood. So I guess that's when she actually, you know, like kind of wanted to get into what was going on in the political part of Germany or Swedish or whatever. But I thought that this would be very interesting to read. The cover actually really caught my attention too, y'all. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but when it comes down to historical fiction, like, I like a plain, dainty looking cover, because that makes me feel like the book will be pretty much interesting. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know, maybe that is just me when it comes down to historical fiction, but that is what brings my attention to historical fiction. But anyway, guys, let's go to the next Goodwill that is down here. Was pretty disappointed in the books selection that they had in this Goodwill. So the last time that I came, like, the book selection was beautiful. It was a lot of books to choose from, all the things. But anyway, guys, let's go to the second Goodwill. Let's see if we can find some books in there. And I'm trying my best not to go to a regular bookstore, but if we do, it will be probably BAM, because they do have a bargain section. So let's go to the next bookstore. So we are back home. I really enjoyed myself when I went thrifting today. I went thrifting basically just for like books, but I found other little things that I wanted while I was at the thrift store. We went to 2 different Goodwills just to look for books basically, but we did find other little gems while we were there. This first book that I'm going to show you guys is the book that I showed y'all when I first left the first Goodwill. This right here was one of the things that I got from that Goodwill. And of course, you guys know I did get some DVDs, which was Seabiscuit and the Polar Express. So we traveled on to the next Goodwill and we had such good success there, y'all. So I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 8 books from that Goodwill. That is how successful we were at this Goodwill. And I really didn't know the difference, but like at the Goodwill that I went to the first time, like the books were like different prices, even if it was hardback books. So like the hardback books were like $3.99 or $2.99, and like the paperback books were $2.99. But when I went to this second Goodwill, all the books were $1.99. So, and they had such a bigger, better selection at this Goodwill than the first one that I went to. So from now on, I think I will be going to that second Goodwill when I want to go book shopping on a budget. So first book that we got from there is called Whoopi Goldberg's book. So I'm thinking that this is her memoir. Y'all know I am a sucker for a memoir, and I found this book when I was on my second round of looking to make sure that I got all the books that I wanted from that store. So this is, and I just love the cover of her book. This has to be her memoir. It says, hey you y'all, it says, hey you, yeah, you, the one with the book. I am so glad you picked it up. I wrote it so you can read it. Now here's where I'm supposed to say all kind of hip whoopee stuff to get you to buy it. Pick it up, and it is just the first step. Buying it, that's the whole other contract. So this is when we seal the deal. When I tell you in my own words how unruly and proactive this book is, how out there and cutting edge and whatever else I can think of to throw into the mix, or I could say like things like Not Since War and Peace, or Me Over Alice Walker, or this book does the writing, this book does for the written word what Pat Bond did for heavy metal. Well, come on now, let's face it, y'all. I have never read a synopsis that sounds like this one. I am so excited to read this book. I have never read a synopsis that sounds quite like this one. So I am very excited to read this book. I just cannot even go on reading what that book says. I am just so sold. So one of my friends from work told me about AJ Finn books, and I did pick up one of his books, but she was also telling me about The Woman in the Window. So I seen it at the thrift store. It's called The Woman at the Window by AJ Finn. And I love when the paperback books like look like this, and when they have like the edges like that, they just look like worn, torn edges. I love that kind of stuff. So this one is a thriller, and it says it isn't paranormal if it's really happening. Annie Fox lives alone in her New York home, unable to venture outside. She spends her days drinking wine, maybe too much, watching old movies, recalling happier times, and spying on her neighbors. We We all look at the one that our neighbors at some point in time, don't we? Then the Russells move into the house across the way, a father, a mother, their teenage son, the perfect family. But when Anna, gazing out the window one night, sees something she shouldn't, her world begins to crumble and its shocking secret are laid bare. What is real? What is imagined? Who is in danger? Who is in control in this diabolical, gripping thriller? No one and nothing is what it seems. Twisty and powerful and moving. The Woman in the Window is a smart novel of psychological suspense that recalls the best of Hitchcock and unforgivable thriller of that Glenn Flynn calls amazing. So I have heard really good things about this author, A.J. Finn. I have 2 books on my shelf by this author, this one and the one that I have already on my shelf. So very excited to read that one. And I don't think I talked about this one. This one is Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. I actually have Better Than the Movies, The Do-Over, and Betting on You. I have not read neither one of them yet, but I was so excited to get Better Than the Movies because this is the book that came out this year. And everybody has such good words about all of her books. It says, for a few beautiful months, Wes had his dream girl, the strong-willed girl next door, Liz. But right as the two were about to set off for college to start their freshman year together, tragic struck. Wes was left dealing with the fallout, which ultimately meant losing Liz in the process. Flash forward months later, and Wes and Liz find themselves in college together in a healthier place now. Wes knows he broke Liz's heart when he ended things, but he is determined to make her fall back in love with him. So, second chance at romance. Y'all, I love those kind of books. Very, very interested in reading Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter, but I gotta read all the other ones that I have first. Like, I have all of these, so I have to actually read those first. I have actually fell in love with how many books this author has. Ellen Hildebrand. I have been seeing her books everywhere. I have not read one single book by this author yet, and I found this one at the thrift store. It's called Summerland. I have not read one book by this author yet, but y'all, I have several books of hers on my shelf. This one says, a perfect summer night ends in a deadly crash and 4 lives are changed forever. So, very interested in reading this book. It's called The Summerland by Ellen Hildebrand. I have seen this book before. I don't even know where I have seen this book at before, but I have actually seen this book before. Anna Kay. It's a love story by Jenny Lee. It's a book of the month, and that's probably where I actually seen it at. But very excited to pick up this one. The cover is so pretty to me, and it says, meet Anna Kay. At 17, she is at the top of Manhattan and Greenwich society, even if she prefers the company of her own horse and dog. She has the perfect, if perfectly boring boyfriend, and she has always made her Korean American father proud, even if he can be a bit controlling. As her friends struggle with the pitfalls of teenage life, Anna always seems to sail gracefully above it all. This is until the night she meets Alex, Count, a notorious playboy. Alex is everything Anna is not. He has never been in love until he met Anna, and maybe she hasn't either. As Alex and Anna are pulled together, she has to decide how much of her life she is willing to let go to be with him. And when the shocking revelation threatens to shatter their relationship, she is forced to ask if she has ever known herself at all. So cute. I mean, this will be a cute little book to read. It's called Anna Kay by who? Jessie Lee. We got a Christina Hager book, and it is called Always the Last to Know. I don't know anything about this author. I have never heard anything about this author, but when I read a few lines of some of the chapters in this book, I felt like this probably was a cute little book to read. It says, sometimes you have to break a family to fit in. A novel of heartbreaking truth and hilarious honesty about what family really means, from the New York Times bestseller of Life and Other Coincidence. Barb and John Frost are testy and bored with each other after 50 years of marriage. At least they have their daughters Barb's favorite Juliet and John's darling Sadie. The girls themselves cannot be more different, but they all get along more or less. Until the day John has a stroke and their house of cards come tumbling down. Oh gosh. Now Sadie has to return home to care for her beloved dad and face the love of her own life, her old life. Now Juliet has to wonder if people will notice that despite her perfect life, she's spending one increasingly amount of time in her closet having panic attacks, and now Barb and John will finally have to confront what's been going on in their marriage all alone. Oh my goodness. Wow, sounds very interesting, y'all. Always the Last to Know. So we will be reading this one. Very cutesy book. Now this one right here was kind of out of my norm, y'all. Hold on. Now this one, hey, was kind of out of my norm. It's a book of the month pick. It's called The Glittering Hour by Anna Gray. The cover is what really sold me, and I actually read some of the inside of the book, and I thought that I would probably want to give it a try. It says an unforgivable historical novel about true love found and last, and the secrets we know from each other. So very cutesy book. Cover is stunning. So we did pick up that one. We picked up an Emily Griffin book, Something Blue. I kind of like took a chance on this one. I did read some of the chapters, or like the beginning of the chapters of this book, and it seemed like it would be okay. It says Darcy has always been able to rely on a few things: her beauty and her charm, her fiance Dex, her lifelong best friend Rachel. She never needed anything else, or so she thinks, until Dex calls off their dream wedding and she uncovers the ultimate betrayal. Oh, y'all, this is gonna be good. Wow. So yeah, I'm glad I picked this one up by Emily Griffin, Something Blue. And I don't think any of these authors I have actually read a book from, and that is something also that I love. Like, I love reading books by authors that I have never read a book from them before. Even if I got a book on my shelf from that author, I have never read that book. And when I pick up another book by that author, it is just all the great for me. So I have been seeing this author around. Jojo Mayes. I have been seeing a book by this author like all over the libraries and on some people's like TBRs and things like that. So when this one was only $1.99, I decided to pick it up. It is The Giver of Stars. And I must say, I did not even read anything about this book. I did not read the synopsis of this book. I did not read any pages in this book before I picked it up. I just picked it up because I've been seeing this author's name more than once. So we'll be reading the synopsis together. So it says, so I'm trapped. You're not trapped. Easy for you to say. You have a house. You know how to get by on your own. You don't have to play by the rules, Alice. You don't have to play by anyone's rules. Hell, if you wanted, you could pick up today and head home to England. I can't. I'm going to tell you one thing, Alice, says Marcy. She took Alice's arm and gripped it, uncharacteristically tightly. There is always a way out of a situation. Might be ugly, might leave you feeling like the earth it has gone and shifted under your feet. But you are never trapped, Alice. You hear me? There is always a way around. From the giver of stars. Wow. And that was just something that was actually like written on the back of the book. It is actually not the synopsis of this book. It says Alice Wright marries handsome American Bennett, hoping to escape her stifling life in England. But small town Kentucky quickly proves equally catastrophic, especially living alongside her overbearing father-in-law. So, when a call goes out for a team of women to deliver books as part of Eleanor Roosevelt's new traveling library, Alice signs on. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know. My mind went somewhere else. The leader and soon Alice's greatest ally is Marcy, a smart, talking, self-significant woman who's never asked a man's permission for anything. They will be joined by 3 other singular women who become known as pack horse librarians of Kentucky. What happens to them and the men they love becomes an unforgivable drama of loyalty, justice, humanity, and passion. These heroic women refuse to be cowed by men or by convention. And though they face all kinds of danger in a landscape that is at times breathtakingly beautiful, at others brutal, their commitment to their job, bringing books to people who have never had any, armed them with facts that will change their lives. Y'all, wow, that really touched my heart. And the reason why I say that really touched my heart, guys, is because y'all know me. If y'all have been here on this channel, you know that I have a heart of gold. You know that I love sharing books with people. I give books to a little free library. I give my books to the library so that people who can't afford $15, $20, $30 books, they can afford a book of great condition, a great book for like $1, 50 cents, or just slap free out of a little free library. This book is pretty much about 3 women who will not let anything stop them to deliver books to people who, I'm going to repeat what it says. Although they face all kinds of dangers in a landscape that is sometimes breathtakingly beautiful, at others brutal, they've committed to their job, bringing books to people who have never had any, arming them with the facts that will change their lives. That is all around me. I cannot wait to read this book. It says, based on a true story rooted in America's past, The Giver of Stars is unparalleled in its scope and epic in its storytelling. Funny, heartbreaking, enthralling, it is destined to become a modern classic, a richly rewarding novel of women's friendship, of true love, and what happens when we reach beyond our grasp for the great beyond. Oh, I am so trying not to cry, y'all. I am in love with this book already. I cannot wait to read this book. This book is not on my TBR, but I think that I am going to sit it right here and let it become a part of my TBR. Wow, guys. Wow. I am so excited about that book. So, I've already put my 2 coffee cups in the dishwater to be washed. I'm sorry, guys. I'll probably try to pop up a picture somewhere of the 2 coffee cups that I got from Goodwill. But I also went to Hobby Lobby and I got, what did I get? I got a little, kind of like a, something that will hold my books up. a bookend. Very, very cutesy. It has something to do with like this time of the year, but if you don't really pay attention to what the words is, it just looks like another, like a book in for my books. So I did pick that up. I'll try to pop a picture up of that as well. But y'all, I want to try my hand, hold on, in crochet. That is a hobby that I have had on my mind for a minute now. So I went to Hobby Lobby not too long ago and I got a kit. They didn't have a beginner kit, so I got an intermediate kit. And that was the worst thing that I ever did to myself. So when I went today, I asked around about beginner basics for crochet. So the lady, she told me that Scrubology cotton is like what you use to make like washcloths or something like that. She said that she would suggest that I start with something like this that is very basic, that I don't have to do a lot of loops and dupes and all whatever that comes with crocheting. She said it would be very easy for me to learn how to crochet and get the technique down if I start with this type of yarn. So I looked at the back of this yarn and it told me to start with a size 9 hook. So I picked up a size 9 crochet hook to start this project with. And you know your girl is new to this. So I picked up this book as well. It has 8 or 9 projects in it. And it is actually a beginner basic. So it's crochet made easy. When I looked at the back of it, it has like 8 different things that I can like make for beginner crochet. And inside the book, it like takes you step by step on how to hold the hook, how to hold the yarn, how to make chain stitching, and just all the things, y'all. So I'm very, very excited to make myself a little pot holder or like a dish rag or like crochet one for my mom or something like that, just so that she can see that like I know how to crochet. This has been a hobby that I wanted to do for quite some time. I just really did not know how to get into it and how to start it. So we will be starting this as a new hobby on top of all the other hobbies that I have. But y'all, I'm so excited because like I can make my first hat. And it says your first hat, a easy scarf. We have a granny throw, and I definitely would love to make one of these like for my mom. So I know I would have to get more yarn than what I got. It has a first baby blanket. And guys, hopefully I can kind of like have it down pat before my grandbaby is born. And I can make him or her first baby blanket. And then it has like a baby set, which has the hat and like a little vest thingy. And then of course the textured dishcloth. So I think I'm gonna start with the textured dishcloth. But guys, I am so excited to start with this crocheting. I think it's gonna be so unique. It's gonna be so much fun. And I will probably even try to like crochet me a tote bag to carry my books and my laptop and stuff like that in. So drop down in the comments, guys, how many of you have a crocheting habit or hobby? Drop down in the comments. Let me know if you guys crochet. How do y'all like crocheting? And if you guys want to start to crochet. How do you feel about crocheting for the ones who have already started, already have made a lot of nice things? How do y'all feel about crocheting? Like, I am so excited to start this crocheting journey. Like I said, on top of all the other hobbies that I have, I am actually adding this crochet journey, and I am so excited about that. So guys, sad to say, that is all. That is it. So like I said, I had a very nice time thrifting today. Did not spend that much monies, and I am so happy about that. But I got some great gems. When I tell you guys, there are gems at the thrift stores. Y'all take my word for it. Y'all seen all the gems that I got. I did not get any Christmas books, and I kind of wanted to get some Christmas books, but I didn't see any. But anyway, hopefully I will be able to pick up a couple of Christmas books from like Barnes and Noble or BAM or like an independent bookstore or something like that, so that I can have more than 1 or 2 books that I will be reading for the Christmas holidays. So guys, if you have made it this far in this video, please click that subscription button down on the bottom that said ooh, excuse me, that says Yolanda's Books, and you will never not know when Yolanda's Books is on this YouTube channel of hers. So with that being said, do all the things the YouTubers ask you to do. Click that button, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.